last time we had spoken about government's cruelty, and I had said last time that I will be singing the song of Seema, but then in between time there have been a matters of priority which I would like to take up today. The first is that Bill LePage from Australia, he passed away on the last Friday on 29th. It was Saturday. When he passed away, he was 98. That is the age when we should welcome. We should welcome the death. But I do not know what connections we have amongst ourselves. That the whole day I was feeling so very sad, and I was feeling so very gloomy until I was just taking out so many papers, so many pictures, so many photos, and looking at them, reading going through the messages and all jottings and everything. And practically the whole day, I was just having the same thought of my dear friend, Bill Lapage. I had come very close to him, and both of us liked each other's company. He recognized me by name, I recognized him by name. And last time when I visited Australia for a sahavas program, that was in the ending of 2014. Then Bill was not there; he was in US, and I could not meet him there. Thereafter, my son, youngest son, who plays tabla, he accompanied the Bombay Bhajan Mandali. They had their own program there in Australia, and he is one of the members of that Bombay Bhajan Mandali. So he accompanied them, and that time Bill was there, and then they had both of them, my son, youngest son, and Bill, had talked with each other, and he had referred to my name also. In the year 1964, 1954, there was a program of which is termed as Three Incredible Weeks. During that time, Westerners were allowed to come to Mehrabad, and Baba had different programs with the Westerners. That particular phase is called Three Incredible Weeks, and thereafter, immediately following was a meeting of 2 days, sahavas of 2 days. That was in the end of that month. And the subject was Baba's final declaration. But during that time, I'm not going to discuss about the final declaration, all that, but then during that time, I had seen first time Bill LePage, a young man, very young man, moving very close to Meher Baba, very energetic, very young. Perhaps that he was attracting the attention of people like me, because among all those who had visited Mehrabad then from foreign countries, Bill was very prominently seen moving around Baba. I had no personal contact with him then, but I don't know in which year he had come to Mumbai. as you know that Bombay is converted to Mumbai now. Their name has been changed to Mumbai. So I'll be referring to Bombay as Mumbai. And also Pune is changed to Pune. So please note these two changes, and whenever I speak, I will refer to these new names. So in Mumbai, he had visited Mumbai then, and I was working in Mumbai, and I was very closely connected with the Bombay Center, Mumbai Center. And that time, Jal was practically receiving and looking after the Westerners who happened to visit Mumbai, Jal Dastur. And I had very close contact with Jal Dastur. Every now and then we used to discuss with each other, and I would help him in all these, in whatever help he wants me to do. So once it's to happen that this Bill Lepage, that time I had a personal conversation, personal contact with Bill Lepage, and I took a responsibility of taking him to different places in Mumbai. He had specific list with him which he wanted to visit, and he showed me the list, and I said that I will be able to take you there, and to the bazaar also. He had to make some purchases to bazaar also. So that whole day I was with him. He was very much interested in recording me. He had heard my singing, and he was very keen to record few of my songs. For that matter, he had a list of recording studios. One of the studios I visited along with him, that was in the area of uh, Kolaba, Mumbai. But then the owner of the studio, he expresses he expresses uh, inability to lend out the studio because there were bookings for the whole month, and Bill was not going to stay for such a long time. And somehow his desire to record my singing, that could not be fulfilled then. Thereafter, in the during the East West gathering, during the East West gathering, also I had personal contact with Bill Lopez. He had come with his two daughters and his wife, and they were in charge of few of the people from Mumbai and a couple of people from Pune. One was Merji Karkaria, another was Erech's brother, Merwan Jasawala. Then some people from Mumbai, like Hoshang or Jal, and some people. They were looking after the Westerners. All the bookings for the hotels and this and that, they were being done by these people. They were helping in this respect. Whereas Pune Center, the members of the Pune Center were busy in making arrangement for all the Easterners, for the Indian people. They were coming from different parts of India, from far off parts also. They were coming to India for this particular East-West gathering. And Pune Center was very much busy. But during that time, I had a good time with Bill LePage. Whatever time we could get, I had a good conversation with him. And thereafter, after Baba dropped his body, he came along with a team of technicians for taking a film during Amar Tithi. I do not know which year it was, but then he requested me that, Pratap, I want one of items from you also. I want to take a shooting of that. Now, I I didn't give him a recording of my song, but then I had written one small skit of two boys, young boys, two young boys, very young boys, say of 5 years or 6 years old, and their conversation. That was the item which I had thought of giving to him, and he also promised to record, to shoot but that particular program. One of the boys was my own son, second number son. His name is Bernandan, and another was a boy from Mumbai, Kishore Mistry. You must have known. You also heard his name. So Kishore Mistri's son. These two were the boys, and the theme of that conversation or that skit was that there are two people. One is American, another is Indian farmer who is illiterate, whereas the American comes to visit Baba's Samadhi, and they happen to meet each other, and they enter into a very strange conversation. One speaks in English, and on the basis of the last word from that conversation, the Indian interprets in his own way, and he also says something. Last word of that conversation by the Indian, last word is similar to some word in the English, and it is interpreted separately by the American. That sort of conversation, it was a humorous conversation. Ultimately, they come to fight each other because out of his own enthusiasm, the Indian farmer, a illiterate person, he felt that why for boast of the English? I also know a little bit of English, so I will use those words so that at least he will understand. And then he uses some abusive words like the earlier two words are, "Sir, you are very beautiful," and that American likes it. Then you are very wonderful. That also he appreciate. And then you are houseful, you are bloody full, you are damn full. And because of these words, that American goes wild, and there is fight in between two. And in that pull and push, the locket of that the Indian boy, it comes to the hand of that American. He say, "Hey, you are Baba. Why for we should fight each other?" And they embrace each other and they sing a song. That was the whole theme of that. And he liked it very much. And the whole shooting was taken by him. So that was another meeting with Bill Lepage. That was during Amar Tithi time. Second meeting was during the first meeting was in Mumbai. Second meeting was in sorry, first meeting was in Mirabad. Second meeting was in Mumbai. Personal meeting was in Mumbai, and thereafter the shooting Amar Tithi time. So I had very good relations with Bill Lepage. In fact, I wanted to meet him, but then that could not be. I was told that for 6 months he stayed in America, US, and for 6 months he remains in Australia. Now during his stay in Australia, he passed off, and that I gave a talk in our center about my about my friendship with Bill. Why for we have a feeling? He lives thousands of miles from my place, from India. Why for this so very emotional feeling for each other? That is because there is the link, as Baba is explained in this last message on alphabet board, that I have established a link in between you and me. That is where Baba and we people. And simultaneously, Baba has established a link amongst his own lovers. So according to Baba, say that we are linked up with Americans, we are linked up with Australians, we are linked up with any other country who are Baba lovers. We have those close relations. That relation is more than our biological relation. It is more than that. We feel so very happy when we meet Baba lovers. That is the relation, and that was the reason. Perhaps I was feeling very bad about it. But then by the time I could compose a little bit, there is another news which was received today only. That is the passing away of Bill Cliff. Both are Bills. This is Bill Cliff. I had a friendship with Bill Cliff also. When second time I visited US along with my youngest son, Bill had come, earlier I had seen him in Mirabad, but then the face-to-face talk was not there. But in US, when we were at a place called Fura Bush, some place out of city, a very nice place, very all greenery around, and then sort of a big trees, a very pleasant looking place. And we had a program there. I had a singing program and also telling the Baba stories of my life. So it was very good atmosphere there. Bill had come to take us to New York. He had brought a, he had hired a brand new car for driving us from Pura Brush to New York City. The whole day we had a good talking with each other. My God, what time we had spent. He was I just asked you why you're not tired of driving. He said I enjoy driving. I was surprised that how could say that I enjoy driving, because for such long distances you were driving with such. And on the way we stopped at his apartment for some time. We had some breakfast there. He especially took us there. It was on some floor, about first or second floor must be there. And then therefrom we came to New York. Now where we are going to stay. That was a Baba lover girl, young girl who was staying on some sixth or seventh story. It was very high tower building. And the first thing which Bill Cliff did was, just when we entered that area, a person owning a car, he was taking out his car from that parking place. And immediately Bill Cliff, he just entered into that and parked his car there. I said, why for this hurry? And what he said is that we are so very lucky that by the time we could come here, that parking was vacant, or then it was made vacant right in front of our eyes. So we are lucky to occupy that place. Now, in whatever period we stay here, the car will be kept parked there, because if you leave that place, you won't get it earlier. You have to wait for days and days together. This I came to know the first time, because we don't have that much of problem. But then he said it's very grave problem about parking, and he parked the car. And thereafter he told us that hereafter we will be moving only through buses, in trains, in metro, as they will call all this, and we purchase the tickets for the whole. There is system that Both the railway tickets and the bus tickets, they are common. Once you purchase that for a period, then you can use it. So that way, we have seen practically all the places where Baba had held meetings, where Baba had stayed for some time, where Baba had visited all these, even that some hotel, some railway station, some some other place where which is said to be a very active during the night time. All these places, they are important places which Baba had, at some places Baba had stayed, and at some places Baba had visited and held gatherings. So all these places he showed to us. I am very much thankful to him. And thereafter, from there we left. He left for his place, and we left for Mumbai. These two people have passed off during this a matter of about a week's time. And somehow I felt very sad about it. I was not hopeful about meeting Bill Lapage, but then I did hope to meet Bill Cliff. He was a singer, and at certain occasions I had seen him. We have sung together in during Dhuni time. He used to sing with Ted, our great singer. Ted is a common person. So along with him, Bill Cliff was also seen singing, somewhere common, somewhere individual singing. And I used to sing there along with the Indians. So there were such occasions, and I wished just a few days, last Sunday, I had talked with my youngest son who was here and who had accompanied me to US. And the subject was Bill Cliff came up in our discussion. And today was the news received by us that Bill Cliff has passed away. This is this feeling of grief and again entering into routine life. This is a very beautiful game that the God man has given us to play. What to talk about that? I remember some of the incidents in Guruprasad. The other day, somebody, or my very good friend of mine, a police commissioner, Raj Khilnani, he had made a query about Jal Dorabji. Whenever Baba used to come to Guru Prasad during summer months, Baba used to get food from Bindra house, that is the house of Erech. Erech family was there at Bindra house. And Erech's mother, she was alive, she used to send food for Baba. So Baba's food used to come from there. And for the Mandali, the Jal Dorabji, he had a hotel. The name of the hotel was, I'll tell you afterwards. It will come to my mind. So for the Mandi, the food used to be to receive from Jal Dorabji. Now, once it so happened that Baba was in Guru Prasad and Jal Dorabji came to meet Baba. And when he came and met Baba, he started weeping. He burst into tears. And Baba just held his head on his shoulder, patted, patted him. And that man, he allowed him to weep. The reason for his weeping was he had lost his brother. His brother had died few recently. Then, and for that matter, he was in a very bad mood or very sad mood. And when he met Baba, then all that emotions from his heart they burst out and he started weeping. Baba allowed him to weep for some time. After about 2 3 minutes, he lifted Jal himself, lifted his head, he wiped off his tears. But then what Baba said to him was, now make it a last time that you have wept now. This is the last time. Hereafter, there should be no weeping. Baba is saying to him, now you have wept enough, putting your head on my shoulder. It is enough now. Hereafter, no weeping. When ARH's father passed away, that was in Pune, Bindra House. Baba was in Guruprasad. And Baba took ARH along with him to visit his father who was dead. ARH accompanied Baba. It is said among the Parsis, Parsis, the Ryanese Parsis, that during somebody's death, if any high saintly personality visits that house, that is a very lucky, good sign. A good woman, I would say, that great man, great saintly personality visited the place. Now, here, actually, the creator of this whole creation, Avatar, is visiting that place, that dead body. Mind well, Erash did not drop even a single from drop of tear. He was well composed, whatever duty he is to console all the people. And for some time they stayed there, and thereafter they went back to Guru Prasad. That was Erich. There is another example which I recall is Baba was traveling somewhere, and a telegram was received in the name of Meher Baba that Saraswati Bai, she used to be called she used to be called as a Kaku. She was the mother of Vishnu Master. She had passed away, and that news was conveyed to Baba by telegram. Now, after a little time, Baba calls Vishnu Master. He gives that telegram in his hands just to go through it. Vishnu Master holds that paper. He reads that, and without any reaction on his face, he goes to do his duties. What a what a I cannot just describe what a feeling. What a strong people, strong-minded people these were. No drop of a tear. He has accepted it. One more example which I would like to give is in Guru Prasad. Once it so happened that when Guru Prasad, some of the people they used to very often come and stay there along with the mandali or outside and then visit every day. Such were also the people. The people from Mumbai, they would come weekend and they will stay in hotel and visit the whole day with Baba. some of the people from outside, they will also come and stay with. Certain people used to come and stay with Baba in with the Mandali. Our Barnathu was one of them because he used to do some jobs there. Whatever work he could do for them along with the Mandali, he would do it. So that during some time, Pukar had come. Earlier to that, Kumar was there, Shatrughna Kumar, very strong-hearted person, very tough man, very dedicated person, a person who had called Mehra Baba is Mr. God, Mr. God. That person, his young son, had come to Pune and stayed with him. And he had some physical problem. He was admitted to hospital. Thereafter, he passed away. Now, there was a definitely emotional reaction on Shatrughna Kumar. He wept. After all, he had lost his young son. He wept there. And after passing some days, we were all sitting. Usual people were sitting there. Pukar was there. Kumar was also there. These people, Kumar and all these people used to sit along with the Mandali. Mandali will be on one side. We usual visitors will sit right in front of Baba against the wall, keeping little distance from their Baba. That was our usual arrangement. And if at all any ladies, especially only gover and money, they were allowed to come out. And whatever problem, whatever question they want to discuss with Mir Baba, would be anyone from us, they were allowed to converse with us. So they used to come and stand there. They won't sit there anytime. I never seen them sitting among the mandali. They will stand, whatever instructions Baba gives them, they will go inside. That used to be the arrangement, usual arrangement. Now, that particular day, Pukar was there. And it had happened that Pukar had come for Baba's darshan along with his family. The whole family had come. And when they returned back, one child, young child in the arms, he passed away. I don't know whether it was a female child or boy, but then that child passed away. And that news was received by Pukar. Pukar was unmoved, even though his child had died when the family had visited Mer Baba. Even then, he was well composed, and Baba was praising him. Baba was praising him, comparing him with that God man is really what will he is loaded with, the God man body is loaded with divinity and humanity. When when any time one aspect will surpass the other one. Sometimes the divinity will speak out itself, and sometimes the mischievous nature will speak out. So Baba, was Baba in a teasing mood. He said, "What a heart this Pukar has! What a what a broad heart! His family had come for my darshan, and after traveling such a long distance. After reaching there, he has lost his son, young, very young child. And that news, after receiving that news, Pukar has no reaction on his face. He is just unmoved. What a courage. Otherwise, some people, for such a loss, they beat their Baba is doing this action. They beat their chest. And after this was over, there was a short break, and we were all out. And I, I said to Pukarji, you're so very lucky. Baba has praised you so much. You have such a heart. Baba has praised you so much. And what Pukar says to me, Pratap, don't go into that. That God is so very, what he said? A particular word. The word is, wo jhase mein mat aao. Don't come under that jhasa. What is that jhasa? Jhasa means a, a deceiving action, as if you are hitting a person. Now, supposing two persons are conversing each other, and one of them just bends down. The other one feels what he is doing with me, bending down, and he gets alerted. That's sort of called as jhasa. What Pukar wanted to say is that God man is giving that jhasa. He's making you, he's raising your ego. But be aware, when you make it flat, you want to understand. What a beautiful relations. You see, life of a man is made up of such ups and downs. In spite of these ups and downs in one's life, when we come in Mir Baba's contact, we gladly receive, swallow, digest whatever is there with smiling face. That was what most expected by Mir Baba from his lovers. Any glooming face Baba would not like. What has happened to you? Why are so angry? Why make a much show of it? That was his say. You should always look smiling. And because we as young people, we're carefree people. Carefree in the sense that in spite of all those ups and downs in our lives, we were able to understand. But then we didn't care much about that. Whenever we sit before Baba, we'll enjoy fully all that atmosphere which is going around. That time we'll forget everything. And this is a life which is the most memorable life in our life. These are events are most memorable events in our lives. And ultimately, what happens is that one gets used to all such things, forget. Now, this is I through this medium of circle of friends, I salute to the love that both Bill LePage and Bill Cliff had for Meher Baba. Their share in working for Meher Baba, I salute both of them. Few months early, there was also an occasion when Murshida of the Sufi center shared passed away. I had come in a very close contact with her also. I consider myself very fortunate to have in person contact of these great people. They are the great people. They are the ardent followers of Meher Baba. And through Baba's medium, we have established a relation with all the Baba lovers in the world. As, and we are of one family, one large, big Baba family. We are the members of that family. We may have these differences of opinion. We may have different natures, but then after all, we are together. For tonight, it is Jai Baba. Now I will sing one small song. I do not know whether I am sometime back I was told that the Americans, some of the Americans were very studious people. They read all these books and then also they have some liking for these Urdu poetry and the interpretation thereof and all that. But today I'm going to sing a small ghazal by this is what happens. Anyway, I will start singing. I will explain the meaning also. The name of the poet is Shair is Mirza Ghalib. Very great person. He was very much fond of composing Persian. He used to be use Persian in his poetry, and many of the poetry he used to use Persian words which common people or the common other poets they could not understand. You are not able to understand, and they were always criticizing this man Mirza Ghalib for using or for making his poetry complicated so that other people do not understand. That criticism was so much. Then at that time, Mirza Ghalib has composed this song which I am going to sing now, and he presented in a gathering of. There used to be a gathering right in front of the king of that time. He presented it there. It is in a very simple words, but very meaningful. And after presenting it, he said that in spite of my making my poetry very simplified, in spite of that, if somebody doesn't understand, may God help him. That was the word. And then he presented this. दिल नादान तुझे हुआ क्या है दिल नादान तुझे हुआ क्या है दिल लगा तुझे हुआ क्या है. See this, there was a picture, there was a cinema movie which was on the life of Mirza Ghalib, and in that movie this song was there, and it was a duet song, the lady and Mirza Ghalib. Mirza Ghalib as the gent and the lady as the lover, not a wife, is a lover. That she was very appreciative about the poetry of Mirza Ghalib, and she was very fond of singing Mirza Ghalib's songs, composed songs, and Mirza Ghalib was getting attracted towards her. So there is a exchange of thoughts in between two. दिले नादा तुझे हुआ क्या है आखिर इस दर्द की दवा क्या है. What he says is that, oh my ignorant mind, what has happened to you? What is happening is what has happened to you, and what is the remedy for it? You are in a grief. This comes, this meaning comes that after that you are in a grief. What has happened to you, and what is the remedy for it now? See, these are the first opening lines. मिलना तुझे हुआ क्या है मिलना तुझे हुआ क्या है आखिरी से देखी दवा क्या है आखिरी से देखी दवा क्या है. हमें मुश्ताक और वो बेजार हमें मुश्ताक और वो बेजार या इलाही माजरा क्या है या इलाही माजरा क्या है. But he says that, or she says, हम है मुश्ताक और वो है बेजार. I am restless here, and he is also passing the same feeling. He is also going through pangs of separation. I am here restless. He is also restless. God knows what is going on here. God knows what is. Oh God, what is all going here now? He is asking God, Ya Ilahi, ये माजरा क्या है? हम हैं इश्ताक और वो बेजान या इलाही ये माजरा क्या है या इलाही ये माजरा क्या है. He says now, he says, मैं भी मुंह में जुबान रखता हूँ. I have also voice. I have also tongue in my mind, in my mouth. I can speak out my own agony. I can do that. I can speak out my own agony. What is all going on in my heart? That all that burning of life, burning of love, which is unbearably going on in my heart. I can speak it out. But then who is there to ask? मैं भी मुंह में जबान रखता हूँ. काश पूछो कि मुद्दा क्या है. What is my actually what I want. Nobody asks me. Nobody asks me what I want. I am just being from within myself, but there is nobody to ask me. That is his agony. That there is nobody to ask for his grief or what is agony and what is his suffering. Nobody bothers about that. मैं भी मुंह में जुबान रखता हूँ, मैं हूँ मुंह में जुबान रखता हूँ, यारी ना काश पूछो कि मुद्दा क्या है, काश पूछो कि मुद्दा क्या है. Next stanza is very beautiful. She says, हमको उनसे वफा की है उम्मीद. I have expectation. I expect from him a faithfulness. Whereas I am expecting faithfulness for the one who does not know what is faithfulness. From such a person, I am expecting faithfulness, who does not know what is faithfulness. A beautiful expression, a tussle of love. हमको उनसे वफा की है उम्मीद, हमको उनसे वफा की है उम्मीद, जो नहीं जानते वफा क्या है, जो नहीं जानते वफा क्या है, दिल नादान तुझे हुआ क्या है. Last stanza is also beautiful. What he says is, जानब तुझ पर निसार करता हूँ. I sacrifice life for you. I sacrifice my very life for you. I do not know goodwill and good wishes and greeting or not, that I do not know. What I know is just to give up my life for you, for my beloved. चल तुम पर निसार करता हूँ, जान तुम पर निसार करता हूँ, मैं नहीं जानता दुआ क्या है, मैं नहीं जानता दुआ क्या है, दिल नादान तुझे हुआ क्या है, आखिर से दर्द ये दवा क्या है. Jai Baba, we have exactly, today we are at exact time. Thank you so much for, whenever we sing any ghazal, just keep, every one of us should keep in our mind that our beloved is where Baba, and we have every right to quarrel with him. We have every right to complain about him. That Baba's figure should always be in our mind. Anybody has any question or any reaction, good or bad, please speak out.
Jai Baba Pratap ji.
Jai Baba.
Prakash, great talk.
When he came back?
No, I'm still in Hyderabad.
You're still in Hyderabad. You're talking from Hyderabad.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
you went to Miraban?
Yeah, I was there for 3 weeks. Now I'm going
I,
back again.
acha,
Now,
acha.
Acha, my comment was my uncle used to love this song by Mirza Ghalib. Talat Mahmood used to sing that.
Ah,
They
yes,
probably
correct,
heard.
correct,
Yeah,
correct.
Talat Mahmood.
You
And
mean,
we used to,
your uncle means
the eldest one, Hanuman Rao. Hanuman Rao.
Hanuman Rao, yes.
Yeah.
Oh,
He loved Talat.
I know he always talks with me about this singing.
Yeah.
Always. I know
Yeah.
he is very, very much, I mean, very much liking. He has good liking for this singing.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
we always talk on singing only.
And
Yes, yes.
he sings very
Yes,
well
yes,
too.
yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Very
And whenever I have chance, I will select a song which he would also like.
well.
We
Yeah.
have discussed so many songs with him. I know
Yeah.
he's liking.
Yeah. Talat.
Thank you so
He
much.
loved Talat.
Now, anybody else, or else I will take Aarti and then we'll finish up with 3 times Avatar Mera Baba Ki Jai. I will take up Aarti and then we finish. Gojale मान सहलतनी कर तूने रत्नी पर तो छेला दी आशभतों ने के बख्शे तोने की आतू आया सबने बाबा चरण पर तोज धरी सर खुदा ना जात थी मके तुझे दे जो मेरे बातों तुझे मालिक की कपिलो आशे आरे तुझे डरी याई महत्यमारे पतनो होई तूफानो हमोर हेराने ऐसाने बकरिए ज्ञान कि तुझ पर हाथ मांगी छेने तारे इरफान खुदाना प्रेमनु प्यारो किनाई आसने कर जे तुझ पर जान सबके साथिया पीले परिणाम हमारी नाव भर करिए करागे ओ हमें तरिए हमारा आसरा मेरे बाबा छीनिए बात हमारा आसरा मेरे बाबा छीनिए बात बुझाने आर जहलतनी कर तुझे रत्नी पर हाथ नागी आश भक्तों के बच्चे Sorry. So anybody calling out 3 times Mera Baba Jai?
Okay. Avatar Meher Baba Ki
Jai.
Avatar Meher
Meher
Baba
Baba
Ki
ki
Jai.
jai.
Avatar
Meher Baba
Ki
ki jai.
Jai Baba, Jai Baba. Thanks, Baba.